they're playing fair with you by putting it in front of your face, down to the what I'm trying to show you, which is like in front of your face. But you'd be surprised how many people do not see she, he in there, or he and she, or even they won't even think further. Like, well, do you think that this is an equation that's permanent across the board? Is that a symbol there? Yeah, the H is a symbol, babes, and so is the E. It's hydrogen and electricity. Those are very, very active things in the universe. It's like the main thing that's going on. See, but we're talking about being human here, and we are one with this, and that's why there's an H in human, right? And there's a U there because that's the tool is a cup. But see, you don't need to know all this detail, but you can. The shepherds are the ones that are doing it. They just know the simplicity of it, like the simplicity of the O. The O is the symbol of the grand recycler, pi, and or 8, which is still a connection, but it shows more the as above, so below. It's the symbol of infinity. Oct, outer space, God, this moment, now, now. See, you're in an illusory place, and but it now is the forever realm, that it's eternal. You can become the kind of meditator. When I was talking to you about this sleep thing, that okay, so here comes the time to die, and perhaps maybe you're on your deathbed or whatever it is. Some see this is the true story. Some monks, they'll set themselves on fire for a cause or something. The story of Jesus Christ is kind of like that. See, they don't see the illusion of death as a problem. It's not if there's an illusion of death here, and what they're doing is like, this isn't worth it. The truth is better. I love the universe, and I go in and out of here. The Bodhisattva is that, but in fact, Christ Jesus is also that too. And then the population stuck here or whatever, they do say, is Jesus an alien? Do you think that they were a visitor from outer space, God? This moment now, I mean, boy, the woman said, you better nourish yourself with me now, right? Eat and drink of me now. Otherwise, why didn't you just say, eat and drink of me when you get the prepackaged plate? There's a label on the top, and here, I'll go over there, pay for it. No, it's like, get it while it's hot, babes. It's fresh. What the fucking, don't ever miss me. Okay, so there's some people missing me now, huh? It's not my fault. This is the Aries talking. This is the I am. This is the one and only God. That if you've made it here, congratulations. How is it doing, man? Was it hard to just say, fuck, can I experience something here, Mom? They're saying no. Why? Because they have a worry that you're gonna hurt yourself and stuff like that, right? I've seen some people, they don't let their kids do anything because they're worried about when they get injured and then they have to go to the hospital and then there's a bill. Babes, we can solve all of that. And the only way that you get your own commissary, I guess is the word of it. Commissary, which has to do with commercial or commission or your money. In your school here is that you just realize you're in school, and see, the gain is that you keep the money in your arena of what? Humanity? See, now if it is humanity and if it is human, they'll be able to create a massive pot called central banking, which they already do it, but they have reversed it. They've given you a debt that is theirs, which is all of their fucking shitty ways of transforming our ideas, which the government is supposed to be governing our ideas. I'm a shepherd. As much as I look like I'm very unstable and a Barbie doll, babes, you're all under the influence of something that is designed to, it's totally fucking rigged. 100%. It is so rigged that it'll fuck you up just thinking about it. And that's what I'm going through, but I'm the Bodhisattva, I'm the Christ. I'm here saying, okay, I'm looking at it. Ooh, I'm touching it now. And it knows that I'm touching it. It knows that the Christ is there. It does, it is doing something different than anybody has ever seen if they were to witness it. Like, such as, like, they'll be like, I've never seen that judge. They're just doing this. And then they started going, and to the attorney, who, well, she's well into her 45th year. I'm pretty sure the reason why I'm sitting across from her as a transformational guru at a table in a personalized meeting, and then she starts talking to me about her personal life for 15 fucking minutes. And I know, because I know who I am, an empath too, right? If you're an empath, you know that pretty soon these narcissists, or whatever they are, toxic people that are non-self-reflecting, will start to tell you their fucking life story, man. And you're like, oh my God. So, I really do have to buy a lawyer that will do the work for me, that all I have to do, but I'm doing the work for you still. I see. Yes, I think you're wonderful, and I'm giving her attention and shit, and I just see that she can't hear my side of the story. She's not really employed to. I guess the people upstairs are, and so now I'm going into the elevator. Will you help me, though? I would rather, when these times come up, and really what I need right now, though, is between this time and that time, they really just string out your time, is that I just need to maintain in my ability to meditate. I'm a meditator, and I know how to solve problems. I get in and then get out of them. I'm a bodhisattva. I I'm pretty sure you and I are living to see the day where the information comes through the Aquarius age. They're saying, they are kind of doing it now, but they're hiding it from you. They're doing assisted deaths because some people are so miserable. They have cancer and stuff, and they say, no, I don't want this life anymore. I want to start over. Okay, well, all right. See, it could be, if we were really hip, they'll say, okay, so do you want to be Miranda's child? Because she says that you should take your right to remain reality over there. That's the one who gives you your rights over there. But you have to translate, right? Would you like to come back? We need volunteers. Having said that, babes, I think you chicks, women, most likely narcissists, because this is the catch-22 here, babes. When you become human, you don't dare have kids here. You've seen it over there at the convent or something, and it's misunderstanding, right? Like, religious people, they're like, and we just don't have kids, we don't have sex. No, it's not true that we don't have sex. We have safe sex. That's totally different, and it doesn't mean that you take a poison and control your conception. No, you make the place of sex safe. That's the ritual, because love is the religion here. So don't you think love is safe? It will make it solves just about anything. It's fucking unfailing. It's going to solve a lot of problems if we just get into it. And I would suggest to meditate so you can find out what the hell it might be. It's hard to imagine how that people aren't exposed to parents, at least one person who they would say yes. Well, they would say love and God right away in front of people, no problem. And then they might even say, well, according to the teachings of Christ, and they're kind of, you can't really see it because, well, you can't see it in anybody here, but they're pretty fucking disciplined. Yeah, yeah, no, they have standards, man. You know, and they kind of go to some things, right? Because it's bad taste. Yeah. Hi, Mom. How you doing? It's like, oh, I can't wait till you get your mission over with and come back to the Creator, boy. I really didn't know what I was thinking, but in fact, matter of fact, I did know. My mom's story is fucking trippy. Why I'm sitting here today. Let's just say minute 18. I'll just shorten it up. She divorced a multi-millionaire who provided her with private Learjet flights, mink coat, pearl, diamond necklace, poodle. And at the time, it was in the 60s, she was 19. He was way older than her. He was an a hydroelectro gauges engineer. And so he would go to far outskirts in places like the forests of fucking Bombay in India and work on these hydroelectric plants that were being built and innovated at that time. And he knew how to build the gauges. And she just went along for the ride because she's his wife. He had a vasectomy and couldn't have kids. So she hung out with him in that lifestyle and wrote. I have a big bunch of her writings, which she's a very good writer, of her journey during that time. She just chose to do that. She always kept a journal. She's a very good writer. See, that's where I get my writing ability. It's phenomenal. Some of you are hanging on because you know that I'm like that. And really, it's you. You're intelligent. That's all. And anyway, when do I stop doing this? Fucking who knows. So then, but it came time for her to complete her mission here on this plane. And she says, gosh, dog, she's 29 years old. And she's like, I want to have kids. But she went through this experience and she wrote these stories about living in Pompeii, in India, Bombay, when it used to be Bombay, and Sri Lanka, Italy. She lived there like 2 years and 3 years at a time in the jungles. Well, see what she did, because she was always left alone and he was going to work. Well, she would actually just like kind of walk out. She had a Venus in Libra, so I imagine she would dress down a little bit, right? And then she would go off into the like offskirts of the cities and hang out with the locals there, like on the bench at the park. And they were like smoking a hookah, and she was like partying with them. And then she had experiences there that she wrote about, and so that's how I know about that. And one of the experiences is that by the time she's living in the jungles of India, you cannot even have a pair of shoes because they mold. It's always 82 degrees. It never gets below that or something. And everything's molding. And she describes turning the faucet on and a snake came out, and the snakes would fly through the fucking air because the trees were really high, and the stuff grew so fast in that forest. Boy, they would always have to machete a pathway. Sorry, but this is just her telling a story, and me too. Okay, so it's important to know that story about my mom. I guess she divorced that person to because she wanted to have kids. He couldn't have kids, and she went by the just her own intuition and her feeling. Really, it's the cosmos, it's God has control. And she's like, God, I can't not do this, and this was the perfect thing that happened, but I got to move on and go on to the next perfect thing, kind of thing. And because really it's really important, you can't just waste your life and not complete your mission here. Hi mom, am I doing good? No, just can you get plenty of sleep and also feed yourself well, because you're going to complete the mission. Thank you. I'll be back. She pointed at the fucking Pleiades constellation and she said, there is where I'm from, you're from, and Jesus Christ is from. And I understood it, that particular constellation houses the creator of creation, the model of the experiments that are happening here in this realm. It's in fact very human, and the entire universe is human. We are one with the universe. What part of one do you not understand? Sheep. Babes, you are sheep. You. If you notice that there is a name you here, it's that female sheep. But if you do the right math, there. Awooga, baby. Do you think that you can do a we instead of an upside down we is just a me, right? The upside down. Sorry, I got to make the same M. This is the same, but it's turned right side up, I guess. You can figure what's at the end of the alphabet is like, now this is really how it is, baby. Keep sleeping deeply. Dream away, babe. Use all the color you can. Don't ever take it seriously. And don't ever fight with a man. Okay, so here we go. I don't think I made my point. It's 28 minutes though, and I'm going to tack this onto the video that it actually cut out on me. I wanted to express, and I'll give it more time, that no, I'm looking at something deeper. It's no fun, but I'll get back to you and say, babes, there is a solution. I think it's already found. Love's it, but it's something that people don't understand. We can understand it through the symbolism, perhaps. I'll try to. See, I don't know everything. I know very little. See, what do you think that the L is? What does it look like? To me, it looks like, well, it just looks like that there's a level or a dimension. Like, try to figure out level, right? Level, left. I don't know. It's just weird. So I don't really know what the L symbol is, except for it's like low. It's saying we have you there, and then there's the ground, right? So you want to get level. See, what I mean by you is there's the I right there. A lot of times the I is there, yes, and then now a Y is on top of it. Now there's you again. See, that's a funnel. You are very important as just a tool. See, I pointed at the EWE, which is the sheep part that you are, the he or she, which is pure biological intelligence. This is what I know from what the space beings have told me. They're saying, come on, please just do this for us. You're fun. We love you. You can do it. We like you. Yeah, I love them too. No, they showed me love, babes. I felt it. I'm like, ooh, boy, this is what it's like. And boy, oh, this place is so weird. They're like, don't worry, you're protected. Don't worry, you can do this. Just keep doing it. You're going to start a trend. Somebody's going to pick it up. You are going to activate this. You are going to make a breakthrough yourself. When you make those breakthroughs, then you share it. And whoever's with you is going to have to understand that we are setting this example. It has to be completely transparent. As far as just saying, well, especially you too, if you ever do realize, like, okay, so you could say, well, I thought he was a narcissist at first, but I realized that he was actually in need of a little exposure to somebody who would not let them run the game on them. And then I began to see them break through, and a human being arrived. And it was like from the ground up, we had to work together. And it took how long? 6 years for you to finally feel safe with that person, especially sexually, because that's the single most important thing that a woman possesses. Her position of power is the place of sex. See how this right here is right here? That there's a place right here, right? There's a lace. You notice how the word place has an L in it? Because this is like a corner, right? And it's not bad. It's there. It seems like it could be a trap almost, right? Oh boy, you got to watch out for that seed. Let's get on to trying to figure out what love is, through the symbology. But you don't have to get confused with those uppercase consonants. I would suggest to lowercase it because I found the O. See, well, just keep the O and the V and the E up, and you have a very potent configuration of an O, which is an oscillator. Happens to start with an O. I mean, I make this shit up and it works. See, but no, really, this thing is recycling. It's moving in and out like this. This is a fucking it's the symbol of pi and or 8 oxygen. It's a symbol. It is not a letter. Look it up. What is an O? And the iPhone will tell you a symbol points at a thing in nature that we're doing a stick figure now. Sorry, we have 2 dimensions here, but it would be a full round fucking like thing that has the ability. It's the torus. You know about the torus? That torus thing, right? It's the recycler. It's the grand recycler. It is forever life, infinity. There it is in the love, baby. Whoa, that's a potent thing. It's actually, all this is pointing back at God if you do it right. No, this is only just to remind you that God is here. That's God right there. Wait, outer space God. I've talked to you about it because in the word God there happens to be a big fucking O. I'm not lying, okay? So then we get back to, they do say love is God. The V. Whew, talk about a trap. We talked about that, right? But no, we're looking for a bird in the word, and I find the ove. In fact, it could be even the sound of, 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 you know? And that's the way we play this game. And when you start looking at it, you start just reading what I call the Holy Gospel. Certain timing, there's a freaking timeless bulletin that is happening. I don't know about you, but with me, yes, it is. Sometimes you should maybe go on my Facebook page and see. You're gonna have to discern through all of the shit. See what I do, what I've been asked to do by my ancestry, who live in outer space. Grandma and everybody included who was trying to get at me, and we're having a struggle with relationships, and they have ancestry too. Now, this is my race. I'm extraterrestrial white, and I have to do with the sky and going on the air. Communications is number one. We're having a big air trine in the sky coming up. When Uranus goes into Gemini, this is going to explode. What, Shauna? The word, you're already seeing it. And also, you're going to see it hijacked. You're going to see the language that I'm presenting to you that you have to decode. You have to establish your identification. It's really your constitutional rights. You have, see, what is that? Do you even know what you mean by constitution? See, it comes from the word constituents. Thank you, God. And the first thing that you saw when they open up social media is they're playing fair, and they say, okay, the first thing we'll do is we'll set it right out. Well, you got to make friends. See, but the thing is you don't know what a friend is. Narcissists are not capable of being a good friend, period. See, you have to start communicating, well, what is a good friend? Well, the good friend is love, achieved, human, perfectly human. Yeah. No, they're there, they wave it to you. They will stop if you're in trouble, like on the freeway or something, and help you or something with something. Even if it's a woman, a woman is more apt to be trustworthy that way as far as a lot of things, especially with emotion. I'm sorry. But no, my mom has gotten flattened tires before. And then lo and behold, this guy pulls over and wants to help her. Boy, is that a human situation or not? I think so. Yeah, that's love in a handbag right there. Yep. Yep. No. My mom went by the teachings of Christ Jesus, and that person practiced love. But the thing that not even my mom would mention, but she was really good at it as a Scorpio, apparently. Sex is the ritual, babes. And getting back to the woman's place, babes, her place. It's a place. Okay, so you have a place called sex. That's where you go. It's free. God gave it to you, to tell you the truth. See, and this is what I need to tell you guys, babes. See, that place, we'll make a box out of it. But really, okay, let's make a heart out of it. The place of sex. First of all, you've made it safe because everybody's doing the same thing there. You know it's just energy, and you're doing a kind of, it's like, yay, you don't even know the difference between this one and that one. Really, right? You've done it right, right? You've done it right. Huh? You know, that's the real thing. A lot of people don't really know what they're doing there with that. It's just masturbation. But no, you are to transform and become more and more with your superpowers of becoming human. It just sharpens you up. Anyway, I'm a Mars ruled person, and of course I'm going to talk about. Let's make this place known. It's a place. It's not the kitchen. It's not it's not your career. No, it's not your money making place over there. No, no, it's completely different. It's not. Nope, you go there with somebody. You don't really have to close the door. I mean, it could be under a bush or in the sand and a grassy knoll. I mean, whatever fucking you guys are doing, but you go to a place separate from money, separate from your education, even separate from all the programming. You are free there. Yeah, you both are free to engage in that. That's pretty dangerous, isn't it? But it is for the church. That's all. They're like, they want you to practice abstinence because number one, they're trying to target the woman, the leader. The real leader is the woman here. sex is her place. They'll never mention it. That place over there, the church, is kind of void of sex, with at least heterosexual sex. If you really knew what the fuck that place was doing over there. And now here, minute 33, I'm going to say it. I've been saying this the last 5 videos. It's really a trippy thing to say. You women that are thinking about having kids, hold back a bit. Kind of like what my mom did. My mom held back from well, first of all, she was fucking held back naturally by a millionaire who had a vasectomy. And she made a decision to fucking drop it all. It was right about that time when her aunt was dying. So she did, right? You can imagine she had some inheritance or something from the marriage, perhaps. But no, I don't know what she got, really. I don't. All I know is that fucking mink coat hang around for a while, and I have the custom-made little carrier that her husband made because he was an engineer of sorts. And he had access to engineering everything. And this bitchin' little carrier, people compliment me on it all the time. But it's kind of awkward, cumbersome. But it carried this little poodle. It's very small. But when I was a little girl, she still had that poodle up until around about my age 2 or 3. I thought the poodle was so much bigger, but it was because I was small, and I thought the poodle was big. I thought it was like 4 feet high, but no, it was a poodle that you carry in a cage. That's how weird it is. When you're smaller, you think the place is huge, but then when you get bigger, you're like, this house is small. I no wonder why I don't know why I thought that I could run around and be interested in it for fucking how many years. But when you think about it, yes, thank you for listening. A child's life when they're 2, 3 years old, their half of a whole lifetime. See, a half of their lifetime is only a year and a half. And that's forever for them. See, when they think about like just a year, that's half of their lifetime. They're like, fuck, I can't think of that. Get out of here. Even a 4-year-old, like 2 years, nah, that's too far. Can you make sense, babes? Like tomorrow, like if you imagine a month is lasting a long time, but when you get older and older, no, that's you have a sense of an accumulated time that goes by really quick after a while. You're like, holy shit, can you slow down a bit? Boy, those kids got big, and those are my grandkids now, and whatever. See, so now, hey, cherish the love, cherish the life you live. I hope you got the point across. I got the point across about this specific place that has nothing to do with money making. That world over there doesn't have anything to do with the world, even. It really doesn't. No, we're talking about biological function and accessing our birthrights, perhaps. And it's weird when you say birthrights, it's just like, boom, birth. What's your rights? So your rights happen to be your needs. Rights are needs. You can't not. You see, there's some things you need, or else you'll die. Now, as a human being, it's not so much like an animal, where it's like, okay, so all you need is water and food and shelter, a safe place to stay, right? Okay, that's easy. Lock you up, throw the water, food, grow you up, kill you, done. Next. No, that's not what I mean. A human being needs love. Now, love, to get into it, see, there's this O right here. That's fucking outer space. That's a space right there. That's all it is. If you ever are confused about what love is, it's just a space. But it's not a dead space. It's a space it's called awareness. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because now is it. Yeah. See, a mom's got it down. She's like, Shauna, are you okay? No, I'm doing this because there's something called mankind out there, and they are slipping into meta more and more. See, with AI, now see, it's bad enough that people don't know the difference between a picture and a person. Now they're getting lost. It's just further lost, and we're trying to save the possibility that a human existential reality can emerge through their perception. And bear with me. Bear with us all. Take a while, and do not deny the leaders that are rising up, and stop drinking the Kool-Aid, please. We have a generational value that we're working on. Hello, kids. I mean, people that are having kids. Do you know what generation means? Now let's get back to this fucking O. It's a recycler, first of all. You know, have you ever seen the symbol of the recycler? Now, what's coming back to you? What are you guys doing here? Here. Do you not know where here is? I say her. Hey, you, hello. He's there too, but I have a big her. Ah, she's so not there, right? In fact, I think the church over there calls her a ghost. Yeah, she's like, the Holy Ghost. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Somebody put it on the table here. Thank you, thank you. Would you fuck up, shit, bitch? Never have kids, please. Don't do that. You are a fucking anomaly. And it's the reason why we see things flattening down more and more, ever expanding deserts with all the technology that can possibly reverse it. It's never going to work because you don't even know what the fuck reverse means. It never points at backwards. Nothing goes backwards here. Not even if you devolve. At least it's going to shit and something else will come out of it. Reverse means, usually means, do it again. Verse means you have a word there. Or a saying. Some saying is happening. Communication is happening. Something. So what I'm suggesting is to go back to the one and only, which means universe. Okay, that's all. It's very simple. It's nothing that the sheep can't understand. They'll be like, oh my God, thank God. I thought I saw he and she there. It's quite simple. Yeah, no, it's true. Sorry about the squiggles here, but getting back to it's like if this is the truth. Where there. Do you see what I'm doing? He, her, in weather. Weather. EWE sheep. But really, we have to work on you, babe. You that you think you're a separate thing going on, and there's no we. There's just I, and then there's me, he, and she. No, there's we. We go we. We go we. Are you ready? We go we. Boy, I'm way ahead. And I have my crown in the heaven above, and I'm fucking boundless. Sorry, I can't do this. Calvin, how are you doing? Are you still doing that? Fuck it. I used to rhyme so good. I'm under a lot of stress right now. But I'm persisting on what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna fucking keep doing it, babe. Sit on me. Come and give me all the exposure to fucking demons, your flying monkeys. I'm making it through. I'm on a mission, babes. Mission. Let's find out what that means. Okay, well, I right away I'm like, look, there's a miss there. Well, you see, miss, they always call me miss. I'm like, what the fuck? How did you know? I'm always missed. It's not my fault people miss me, believe me. Miss, is there. But you don't want to get confused with that. That's false label. See, what there is in miss, almost getting boring, is. Okay, so don't forget that you're here no matter what if you have a label. There's is. I, that's you, right? Remember, you have to say I. See, the word you has an I right there, but then you have that's a tool. See, really, that's you. So you put a little head on there, and boom. That's what happens when you found God, and you're like,